So we're going to record.
Hey, they forgot to wait for me on my Sonata.
Is there some Sonata?
Yeah, and they weren't paying attention to it.
They weren't doing that.
Skip by those
Oh, I must have.
bastards.
I think I might have accidentally.
Just wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't think that.
That's just for the
I don't
feeding?
think I meant.
That's the end.
Maybe I should do this a little bit more like this so it doesn't slip off the front. Now, Becca is supposed to be here.
Yes,
Okay.
Is Becca here?
Yeah, this is one that's hard to do without it.
Hey, Becca, are you here?
Oh, and here, I wonder about this. Takes me to places I
Is there a
haven't
meeting-
seen
is there a
before,
meeting link?
not seen before, places
Yeah.
I haven't seen before.
She already signed on. I've already said accepted her. Now I'm just trying to figure out where she is.
So I get it. So places I.
I'm thinking she's here. Oh, there she is. Isn't it? Becca. Joseph.
Places I haven't seen before. Right, I mean, it's like a new thing.
Raise this up a little bit more. Yeah, that'll work for now. Will you be the operator for this?
Yeah.
That'll be great. Hi, guys.
Things that are coming up. Or I mean, places I have yet to see in the future.
I guess, yeah. I'm not sure how I'm not the best lyricist. I'm just letting you know that
Uh-huh.
right off the bat. I don't know.
I suggest, because I'm fluent in English, and I've spoken it for many years, I suggest you change it to not, because it seems to me that this is like
That's fine.
ocean roars taking me to places I've never been before.
Yeah, it's fine. We can
Is
do
that it?
Yeah, we can not.
But this is also a translation of the Japanese, is that correct?
It is not true. Oh, wait, no, it's not.
Oh.
This is a different one.
So this is the actual
Okay,
like.
this first part is the haiku. This is an extension. These parts are extensions of the haiku.
That'll be the one that we forgot. That'll be one of the.
Which has a different, it was like.
Are you there?
Gosh, I think it was like. Oh,
Joe's here.
Joe is here. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I see. So you wrote these words, so then.
Yes, I wrote this in.
We have a land.
But
And now he's gone.
Where, now why are we not seeing them?
Even over here.
Yeah, the one in Japanese.
Yes.
I'm not seeing them.
This is the haiku.
I can ask them
Well,
to
they're
do some.
muted and their mics are off.
See, I'm gonna ask to start video.
Oh,
And I'm also gonna ask to unmute. Ask to unmute and ask to start video.
Sure. Oh, he's gonna start.
Okay, that's good. All right, guys, if you can hear me, we have all the names in a hat. And we're gonna start.
Becca's saying a thing. Okay, she can in a moment. Okay, so she isn't in the place where she can unmute and stuff yet.
Oh, got it.
All right, so this.
We're gonna start picking names here in a second.
Let's just pick the first one, then do it, then pick the next one, then do it.
That's a good idea. Okay, who's this? This one is gonna be Joe.
Okay, your Basha pieces first.
We're gonna do the Joe Basho,
Yep,
Joe Brune.
yep.
Whose piece is, who's doing that piece?
I think it's for, I think Veritas.
Do you have the Joe Brune Basho, Jake? We're gonna start with that right now.
I'm gonna record, I'm gonna start the recording because Joe.
Yeah. So we'll start with these. Do you want to introduce this a little bit?
Okay,
Wait,
I'll try my
Tim,
best.
Tim, before you do, I'm just
We're
gonna.
gonna this one?
You need a stand.
Okay, Tim, you can.
Metropolitan Symphony.
Okay, so I just say things.
And I want to make sure that you're, I
It's a percussion stand. even. It's
Okay.
John Lewis's stand right here.
want to have you standing right here so that we
You only
can
have
see
like 2 voice recordings.
what these guys are going to be looking
Yeah,
at.
I use my.
All right.
Okay, so have a seat, guys.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Down.
So we're going to start with the Joe Brune setting of the Basho. Now, if you go to my working blog link that I shared with you the other day or today, it'll have more information about Basho and Kasenjo, and I couldn't find anything about Kasenjo except when he died, 1776. So, Jake,
Yeah.
would you please introduce yourself so I'm not making stuff up? I could make stuff up, but
Go ahead.
No,
That's
no, no,
much more
no, I'm not sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm Jake Endres, singer, actor, composer, as well, music director in town. Yeah, I've done a lot of new music and I've set a lot of things and I've written both text and music for a lot of stuff too. So
You've done
this is right up my alley.
all right.
And this is completely unrehearsed. We've not done this at all. So this is, and I got this stuff like an hour ago. I've never seen this really.
So here we go.
Yeah, so
All right.
here we go. On a journey, final journey, as I wander through, I can see my final dreams go, wandering back to you. Like the caterpillar, like the butterfly, as I start to tremble, as I end my time. Over fields, over withered fields of gray, I can see them, I can see them. Over fields, over withered fields of gray, I can see them, I can see them. Come home, come home, come home, come home, go home.
Good job. Hey, Jay.
Thanks. So what's the format here? Do we?
I'm just gonna make it up right now.
Awesome.
This is how we do it. Joe, we are recorded that, and we're gonna, we're trying to do is get through these as relatively quickly as we can and get everything read through. We are going to do post-mortem. We're recording all of these so that we will then review it with each other and talk endlessly about, oh, how did you do that with on the withered fields? So we are not going to do a lot of the composer's talk. We are going to ask the two of you, do you have any perceptions or comments or suggestions?
I think it's lovely, and what I always am looking for as a performer, as a composer, is setting the proper mood. Is this a believable mood for these words? And I think that it really is. There's just having very little time with it, you can immediately sense that there is, a story of the progression of the end of someone's life, and of the different attitudes they'd be going through. There will be some technical questions, like in that last section, why, in particular, in this group of songs, I've seen more triplets that start on offbeats than I've ever seen before in my life. In so many songs, so many different songs. So like in measure 30, I can see them, I can see them over fields. Why do we need to have these offbeats so much?
Is that hard to sing?
it's harder than it needs to be.
Rhythmically.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. Like you can figure it out and make it finesse and make it make sense. Why though? Why is that there? Why is that?
And what
I mean,
would,
maybe-
what would you prefer?
Um,
Could you saying the word, could you use the text and just give us some idea about where the emphasis would go?
right, that's always the question, right? And so much of setting text is just saying the text over and over and over and over and over, and making sure that it feels right in your mouth, and then putting the emphasis. If we've got, I can see them over fields. I think the emphasis is in the word see.
See.
I can see them, right? Right now, you've got an eighth note and then a 3/4 note triplet. And C is there instantly right before
Is this
the
the
end
pulse?
of two.
Is this the pulse?
If that's it,
So
I can see them.
how would you say it?
2, 3. I can see them.
So putting the emphasis on the C.
I think so. I mean,
So finding the pulse is really
right,
critical.
right.
Critical.
It is. But then also, if there is repeated text, there's got to be a reason for it. And so if there can be a reason to reset it differently. It's set the exact same way.
Yeah.
So you could say, I can see them. I can see them. I didn't think, or you could switch those. It's like,
I
I
can see.
can see them. I can see them. You could do, whatever it needs to be. But if you're repeating text, there's got to be a reason.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a really great comment. Thank you. Did you have any comments, Janet?
It fits very well with the singing. I like it.
Yeah.
Exactly what he said, the rhythms. And I don't understand why the 16th.
Well, it's off and weak in the where the emphasis is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the next one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It
Charlie's,
is very pretty.
this is Charlie's piece. So who's singing this piece? It's Charlie. There's only one Charlie and you got it. Okay, this is Maria Jette, another singer I've worked with and love to work with. She is, I don't even know, this is not about a bio about you, but you've worked before, and you've worked before with us on Junior Composers before.
Yes.
And that was a really very productive experience. Again, very incisive and insightful comments about the pieces themselves. So let's do Charlie's piece. Are you ready to go? And you're getting a tempo of it?
Well, let's not get too carried away about 150.
There's a lot of notes in Charlie's pieces. They tend to be a little bit
This is gonna be insane, whatever it is.
note heavy. I can turn pages for you.
I could do it too.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
All
ahead,
right,
Stephen.
all right, I'll just record this.
Great, thank you.
At the end, I would do like this. You might want to-
Yeah, and
I
I
think
would
I'm,
say,
yeah.
you're free
Oh,
to help
okay.
me out with any note you can,
We
but
could
I
guard
think
it
you need an extra.
That's true.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, this is gonna be.
But if someone has a computer.
No, I might have to
can
stop and get a pitch too.
I can,
because I
That's
know where I'm
fine. If we need to stop for in the reading, just saying, I need a pitch, let's go back for a couple measures, take another run at it, that's
And
fine.
in fact, even just looking at this, like, here's a piece that's, arguably in D, but it's got a billion accidentals over at all sharps, and I wonder why it's in that key.
Charlie is a complex.
Ah, huh.
And I don't know if
Yeah.
Finale does that. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
we're
wonder-
recording all of this.
That's a
I
good
wonder
question.
about that, because it's very inharmonic.
Hey, guys,
Yes.
guys, I want their comments to be heard. It's all right.
Oh, well, we were just discussing amongst ourselves that, and she was wondering if maybe this is a finale issue where sometimes finale decides harmonically how it's going to spell a given thing, because there's some things here I keep thinking, my God, the way it's spelled, you think this seems like a really crazy kind of melody, and then you realize it's just a regular whole tone scale. But
Okay.
it sure doesn't look like it.
No,
I
Uh,
don't know if that was this one,
that's
but
important.
it's someone.
So let's try, Charlie's not going to be with us.
Okay.
So we would love to have answers to those questions. We don't have answers. This is Charlie Plante's piece. Here we go.
general area, but couldn't figure, there had been so many different accents that gone by, I couldn't remember like where anything was. You want to go from, oh, is that the one like 41?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I'll do the, I'm the pickup. Oh, shoot, what's a G sharp? Just do it on that G sharp.
This is all the thing you got to do.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
trying, I'm
I
trying.
know, you're fine. Want to start where you come in?
Sure. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, I can't make myself do 3 against 4. One more time, and then we'll just continue. I have no idea what these pitches are. Oh, you've got a C down there. I see it now. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm too slow. Okay, are we about like 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3. Just totally making up these notes. Okay, I just have to stop here because this is where it just gets ridiculous. Where you've got G, all right, we're in the key of sort of like G minor,
Sort of.
supposedly, according to the key signature. I'm talking to you, Charlie. And then, so here's G flat, F flat, then there's a D and a D flat, then, I mean, all these flats, and then all of a sudden we've got our friend, good old E natural.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the same as all these, I mean, just
E and
fucks
D.
with your mind in a way that's totally counterproductive
E,
and
D,
slows
E.
everything down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if this is what finale did with what you played into it, you have to go in and fix it. No, so, all right.
This is Charlie.
So Charlie, this is what you did. Seriously, it just makes it a million times harder to read it than it needs to be. So, I mean, it's this whole thing with enharmonic spelling. It's just, it's kind of like a rat hole in a way, because there are always at least a couple different ways you can spell a note, but they're the ones that work in a person's mind. Like exactly, like right here in bar 95, 96, 97, where it goes from E natural, which you think, oh, an E natural, forgetting for the moment in your brain that you just sang it twice, except then it was called, F flat.
F flat
So then it's going E natural to C flat.
or B.
That's B.
Mhm.
And then it goes, and then we've
Up to
got
E
another
natural
E
again.
natural. So E natural to B natural to E natural, those are our friends. I mean, that's spelled in a friendly way, but
Yes.
all those flats are just going to make someone's head explode.
You've done a number of contemporary composers' work.
Like a billion contemporary.
I would say Oliver Nesson, did he write complicated enharmonic spellings for melodic parts?
Not really, no. I mean, they were super complicated. It was like not tonal.
No, it wasn't tonal.
But you didn't have, it didn't leave you with, I mean, it's a different feeling of being at sea when you don't have any tonality. Here, I know that there is tonality,
Yeah.
but the way it's spelled, it's hiding the tonality.
Exactly.
Well,
So-
and it's like saxophone music, because saxophone music is all contemporary. It's written for saxophone. So there's not usually always key signatures. So
Mhm.
then the chords can be spelled like they are, like you're looking at.
Right.
Instead of I'm looking at an A minor chord, but I'm actually playing an E major chord.
And I even wrote on here, why have a key signature?
That's
the top.
exactly
That's
right.
my question.
Why have a key signature? There's no point.
These are all very good comments. I would like
Hurting
to,
us.
I would like to, the brain, less especially, now, was it high? Or was it within range?
Kind of, I mean, that whole bit, and it's loud, it's starting from 77.
Mhm.
That, and part of it is just me at this point in my life. I mean, I used to sing all kinds of super high note things an octave above that, but I don't now. And also, even people who are regular high note sopranos, no matter their time of life,
Mhm.
when you, at the very top of the staff there,
And
that is
stay-
a
and-
wearing spot. That's called, there are two passaggios in a voice, like ladies' voices. And there's a low one and a high one. And the low one is around like E and F at the bottom of the treble
Mhm.
clef staff there. So you go, I mean, you can hear if you start to
Mhm.
build it, that's where it flips over. So that's a place where singers always have to kind of negotiate that and kind of engineer it a little bit. And the more you sing, the better you get at doing that more automatically. The other point is at the top of the staff. And that's where things get like weird for almost every woman's voice,
Mhm.
even if they're like a lower voice or a higher voice. It's just a weird spot in the human woman's voice. And when you get above the staff, almost immediately, all of a sudden you don't have as many vowels there, or they all turn into this kind of like univowel. But that's schwa. So then, I mean, some people have it easier than others. Some people try harder in a different way than others to get a vowel out of there. But I'll tell you, the worst one is the vowel E. So, and I'll go through all the vowels. I mean, here they all start to sound kind of the same when they're high like that. And if you were to go pick out any Mozart opera at random, find the soprano part and look at how many notes are up above there, and write down how many times they're on like a syllable where you need to understand for the word. Because for one thing, they repeat the words a million times. But once they get up there, it's usually like you'll be doing something melismatic, just like singing. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yes, I
Because you
do.
try to do it yourself. So there's a reason they did that. And so this, and if this is actual Japanese, I mean, maybe someone would know this poem, they'd be able to get it up there. And the good thing is you've repeated the text enough. So we haven't heard it. We didn't understand it the first two times. Maybe by the third time, the person might get it. But
In Japanese.
yes, but much better to have it be intelligible the first time. And so for me personally, that just is very uncomfortable up there. And that's that other word, tessitura, which means like the place where it just hangs out. So almost any song of, like if you look at when people were writing billions of songs, like let's say 1910, and you pull a song out of the library and you look at it And right away, just not even looking at the notes, you can kind of see where it lies in terms of the staff. So you can kind of see if it's designed for a lower voice or for like the fruitier part of voice, or for like a real peepy high note singer. But if you've got something that's sitting kind of lower before, and all of a sudden it just hangs out at the top, you've changed the tessitura of the song to be in that part, which is also coincidentally the most problematic and hardest to understand part. The end.
The end. I don't want to cut you off, Maria, but you're gonna have many opportunities.
Yeah, although this is one of the most treacherous
If we
ones.
could go from about 95 in that neighborhood
Okay,
to the end of the piece, with that last page, and this is what you were talking about before. The same things with the inharmonic spellings, and they're all
Yes.
half a step and a whole step apart.
uh-huh,
And there is a tonality in the piano, but it's not written in a way that is intelligible.
yes,
So
right,
let's take it from 95 or whatever measure works best.
okay. Let's do a little slower, just so I can like recalibrate in between. All right, okay.
Okay.
Or, ooh, how was this? Ooh, me. Better.
Could we try that last 4 measures, 5 measures?
Yes.
Something like that?
Last 5 minutes of the song.
Yep.
Ooh, me.
I'll just give it. I already given the first half of it.
Ooh, me.
Way better. Octave lower,
Yes,
way better.
yes. Ooh,
Simple,
me.
simple pays off. Now,
Ooh, me.
this is for Charlie's, my editor, short editorial. We had the same problems we had last summer with your piece for
Charlie's
chamber
not in
ensemble.
Charlie is.
I know, but it's being recorded.
Oh.
He's gonna look at the recording. All right. Amateurs.
Next.
All right, so let's do the next one. All right.
That was kind of the hardest one. Almost.
Landon Basho. Landon Basho. So do you have that? Who is it a soprano or baritone? Baritone. Let's go, Jake. Landon. Zienstra. Yeah, Zienstra.
Wandering Dream.
Okay. You want to say anything about this, Landon? Okay, excellent. Excellent. Let's try it.
On a journey, I dream.
Interesting. One of the things I noticed, and I don't know if you felt that, there's a sound that you have to create. That's a mood that you're going
Yeah,
for.
right.
So one of the things that's really helpful for singers is to figure out what the sound is, what you said before,
Mhm.
and then to dwell it. But just the glorious sound is what you're really shooting for. So that last note, the going down, that really worked.
Mhm.
Simple works, Landon. That was really good. Now, you were concerned about the simple.
Yeah.
Was it too simple? I don't think so either. I don't think.
seems very haiku-ish.
Yes.
Mhm.
What did you have to say?
No, I agree. It's interesting that there is a simple, direct setting of the poem one time, straight through. And then the rest is, then there's a whole page of emoting, of just on O. As our friend Brendan Kramos would say, this is an emotional expansion. We've got the recitative, and then we've got the aria, right?
Right.
So we've got the story, and then if they're dying, then there's so much more that a singer could do with that. But I was just putting out the sound of it. But anyways, no, I think it's that more like this.
Simple works.
Simple is effective.
Simple works. And it's hard to do simple well.
It is true.
Really hard.
It's true.
Janet, do you have any comments?
I agree. I think simple works. It makes the point. It fits the mood. The key signature fits the mood of the death.
I have one question
Yeah.
about measures 19 and 20. Can you play those? Why all of a sudden does the whole texture change and we get this? And then we go back to the thing. There's something there. I mean,
Drama.
there's got to
It's something.
figure that out. Did you have anything in mind? Unrest.
Unrest. Sort of the instinct is to live a little bit longer. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Monty
No, that's
Python.
great. That's great. That's great. It is, this is a little touch here at the beginning too, just set the poem at the top of the page under the, if it's just a haiku, you actually get a sense for, as a singer, just to be able to quick
Conceptualize.
get the text in its original poetic form. And because if you set it on the course of a page, you have to kind of sometimes figure out what is the poetry here and how does this actually work as a poem. But that's really helpful.
So what?
Your flashlight's on in your pocket.
Can you see? How can you see that?
Okay. And anyways.
Okay, thank
that
you.
was it. Thank
That
you.
was good.
Yeah, what's next?
Next one is going to be me, Basho. Who is doing Davidson? Basho.
That's soprano.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to second that about when you set a poem, it's really great to be able to see it as the author intended it to be. And bear in mind that sometimes if you're looking online, people muck around with with how the poem looks, and that's a mistake because how they have it set up on the page is a big part of the piece.
Oh, yeah.
And you can really misunderstand a poem if you screw that up.
Okay, this is Randall Davidson. Randall Davidson? Anybody? All right, let's.
How's accent?
Yeah, do that one.
Soul Randall Davidson. Where he is.
On a journey on a journey a journey on a journey a journey on a journey, my dream. Oh, shoot, I did that wrong. I don't know what. Let me start from that on a journey, the one right before that. Yeah. On a journey, my dream goes wandering. Oh, fuck. I do that right.
Okay, that's not recorded.
I'm just never getting that A, but. Okay. On my dream, if you would just, yeah, if you mind, but just give me just the A when I get there for some weird reason. Yeah. Okay. On a journey, my dream goes on. My dream goes wander. Where's my ing on my massage? Okay. On a journey, my dream goes on a journey on a journey Sorry, Randall, that I can't read any of
No,
your not difficult notes.
All right. Thank you. It's because I did not have the piano part picking up the soprano. That's
Well,
fine.
no, but I mean, it's not like it's difficult. Anyway, for some reason, I just am incapable of reading a sixth today.
That's fine. Then I can blame it on the soprano.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
you're
saying?
welcome
Okay,
to.
all right, good. Well, I'd like to hear your comments.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I even when I was 25, I didn't want to sing ing on an F.
Okay. All right.
And also that's kind of where my dream goes wandering. Why?
Okay, good. The recorded people don't get to say anything. I'm not going to answer that question.
And then also it's a little bit treacherous. I mean, this is one of these weird things with just language wise. Ill is such a strange word, and it's kind of funny. I mean, the way it on a journey ill. I mean, do you want to like a glottal stop there? But it's still kind of hard to get it grammatically what it exactly means. But luckily, you say it over and over. Journey ill, and I was thinking on a journey ill, a journey ill. But you've got a breath not in those spots. I mean, that's just what I would do if I weren't there. Journey ill, a journey ill, on a journey.
Yes, to that interval.
My barn, there's a place for us.
Exactly. Okay. Janet?
I think I feel the journey in here. I feel like that's kind of
That's the journey.
chord painting. I like.
And it's a sequential sort of altered
Yes.
sequential movement.
Yes,
Yep.
it does that, and so I like it. I like the offset where it's, the phrasing isn't just.
I have the pianist saying wither, what is it?
Withered.
You have to say it louder.
Yeah, that's always the
That's
tricky
hard.
part. We were talking about that because that AJ's piece, giant piece, is all these string players having to mutter and shout and whisper, and that's.
Could you take the last withered fields and make it louder?
Okay, yeah, I think it can.
Maybe the
be
last
whispered.
line.
It's still wispy, like over withered.
No, just say it. Just say it.
Over withered field.
That's perfect. Say it that way. It's because you're playing the rhythm and saying the words in the same way.
Right.
Should we do it from the top there of
Wherever.
11? After I've.
I'll do that.
Softer on the piano.
On a journey on a journey
So, what's the vowel that you'd use?
Eh.
Journey.
Well, there's journey,
Yes.
ill, E.
Journey ill.
Journey ill.
So you have a glottal stop before you do the ill?
Well, I did,
I know, no,
But-
that's what I'm saying.
but it's also, that's also tricky to get in the passaggio and on.
Warts and all, you got them all. All right, let's do the next one.
Cursed sixth.
Tim,
Okay,
Kasenjo.
okay, sounds good. Two things. Thank you for doing this. The second one, I'm kind of sorry. It's all the rhythms and, well, you're doing the plot. right?
Let's not do apologies until afterwards.
Yes, yes.
And then after this, should I order the pizza?
We'll figure it out.
Oh, and in fact, before we started, I saw this text above the line. I thought,
Mhm.
that's weird. Now this, it looks like it might be some kind of international phonetic alphabet, but they're
is.
not symbols that I've had to use before like that. I have sung in Japanese before, but writing it in my own IPA after a Japanese
Mhm.
person said it. So
Okay.
I know they've got, like, this might be you.
Yeah.
Is it you?
Mhm.
Or
You
something
may
else?
walk.
You may, wa or may?
May.
So
So
it's
there's
more
a
like
diphthong.
may. No, or is it may?
Okay, yeah,
May. It's not
May.
may.
yeah, it's May.
Could we talk a
Not
little,
me.
could we
Or
take
me.
about
May.
See, that's-
10
that's a
seconds, 15
terrible thing.
seconds to talk about diphthongs? How do you perform a diphthong?
Well, it depends on what it is. It depends on what
Rhythm.
language it is and depends on how it's set. Like I mean, there are words that some people don't think of as being, I mean, where they would pronounce them in a way where they would not even feel that it was a diphthong, but it might be. But then with Japanese, it's weird. I mean, you look at the, where someone has, what's the word I want? Transliteration.
Transliteration. Okay.
Of the Japanese into English style letters, and you still don't know exactly if, like, YAN, would that be yan or yan? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's hard to say, and that's why it's great to have international phonetic alphabet to fix that. But then, I mean, here's something like the A with the umlaut on it. I thought, oh, but well, in German, of course, it's just but I don't know if I'm not familiar with it being used in international phonetic alphabet and what they mean by it there, because this kind of doesn't look like it to me. And then under this E where there's that little cross, I've never seen that before either.
Yeah, what I did was I found a Wikipedia source that
Uh-huh.
had the vowels with the sounds.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I think for now, I'm just going to be kind of vaguely Italianate
Okay,
with the vowels that are in
Yeah.
here.
it'll be.
And try them that way, because then this is something, if we were really going to do it, where I would really dig into that, because I noticed this like right before I went to bed last night. I thought, uh-oh. I mean, 127. You know, though, I really don't want to sing at the top of the staff. I'll take a whack at it. It's just a 127. Okay. You know, before I say anything else, this is just an overall comment. Pages like this, where you've got three, here's a big empty bar, look how huge it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that all of this, I think these are default things that Finale is doing for
Yeah.
you, the size and everything.
Yeah.
If you look at real sheet music,
Yeah.
you would just never see this. I mean, the days when they were actually engraving it, yes. Where they would just make it so you weren't turning pages continually. And it's not just that, it's also the ability to see a phrase or see what's coming up ahead. And you don't realize how much you're doing that until you can't do it.
Yeah, sorry about that. When I actually wrote this, I wasn't as experienced with Finale, so I just did 3 measures every system.
Listen,
So-
it's not just because you're inexperienced. Lots of composers who have years of experience with Finale still allow this to happen, and it's just infuriating. So you think, God, you're flipping pages. Not so bad for a singer, but for a pianist, it's
I feel like you never get into the music. All you do is prepare.
right. And just because you can't see ahead in that weird subconscious way, it does weird things to your phrasing then. I mean, I think about that more and more. So anyway,
Okay, well, thank you.
yeah, but yeah, treacherous,
Well, thank you for writing it.
sort of. She's really playing it, but yeah.
A lot of piano.
Yeah, there's a lot of spaces and I don't know what all that means. If it's because the piano generally is filling in what a singer will be thinking or saying or whatever, but there's a lot of, feels like not a lot of meaningful music.
Yeah, kind of like, what is the
But
mood?
Yeah, what are we saying? What is this getting across?
So putting down expressive indications may be helpful, and that'll give you an idea of what
Yeah,
feeling
where
you're
is this
showing.
going to? And plus, when you see so little,
Mhm.
you don't see the phrase. You don't think where it's going. You don't see it as a complete thought. Just like when you are a speed reader.
Right. and plus now, so this is the first one we're doing that's, I think, all Japanese.
Mhm.
I wonder what it's about. Okay, we know it's about death, but,
Yeah.
but it's also unnerving when it's just syllables in a language that you, and I have a excellent working familiarity with a lot of European languages, but not Japanese. So for me, I mean, I have no idea if this might be, I think there's not a cherry tree in there because that's sakura. That's one thing I know. But
Because there's a
otherwise,
restaurant by the name.
that's
Yeah,
right, yeah. And I've sung that famous song.
Mhm.
But yeah, otherwise it's hard to know. And when it gets like more active and like the kind of cool ornamented part, I'm not sure what that word is and why it's that ornament on that word. You know what I mean? Because it seems like a place like that, that's got to have like, there's got to be something really meaningful going on there, but I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the word is. I'm learning Japanese, but I don't know.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so that's always treacherous when you're setting words,
Mhm.
because with great power comes great responsibility, right?
What is the next one?
Stephen,
All right. So.
Stephen has got
Should
the
we
backing
do
track
it from
for
this
you.
one or from this one?
Yes.
'Cause I don't know
Okay, and so it's going to come through, so I'll be able to hear. Okay.
from here. Well, no, this is like.
6 to go. 6 to go.
I can't believe I couldn't get it, no,
Okay.
you know.
Sometimes, and that's the composer. It's a hard interval to hear. Then it's, yeah.
Yeah, Joe, we're not playing on something that
Oh,
looks
it's,
sort of like.
yeah, and I've never seen that interval before. in my-
It's the A natural. Never sing A natural.
That's right.
I thought that was like a PA system.
All right, so we've got it.
I need to plug it in and.
Pull my cord out.
I need to. turn
Okay,
off
this next piece has got an electronic track, backing track by Stephen Ellsinger. So we're setting up a Bluetooth speaker. So we're not sure what the balance is going to be, but we're going to do our best.
And I will just say that just before we get started,
Mhm.
that my score just has 4 empty bars and doesn't give any indication of what
What's
pitches
happening?
might be, right, or anything.
Stephen?
So I wonder, I mean, you did play it for me and it was a whole bunch of stuff was happening, but I still don't know. I wonder where that note's going to come from. So there's a B in there somewhere.
Okay, so there's this thing back and forth with like a strings. You're gonna kind of start coming in. The second time you hear it, you're gonna kind of hear it.
But the top note is always B.
That's an E.
Oh, okay, you're gonna have to. I mean, right before you start, you're gonna hear this E. This is the start of the measure right before you start. So.
You're not playing music on your phone that's playing on the speaker. I connected you.
Can you pick that? Are you on the
So
E?
like,
E, da, da. I guess that's it.
no,
E flat. E, da,
it's the famous Three Blind Mice theme.
Me.
Because
Sure,
of
it's
that.
picking out that first note that's always the tricky part.
Well, especially if you don't know what any of the other notes are.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, so basically.
Okay, let's try it. No time to explain, gotta read it.
Basically, it's. Yeah.
Three blind mice.
The first time that thing fading in, and then you're gonna hear it the second time.
So you're playing all 4 bars though?
Yes, so it's like, those 4 bars is when it starts fading, coming in.
Okay,
And when you hear the.
that's 2 bars before?
Yes, that's 2 bars. But you're gonna hear.
Play it. Not, let's show it, not tell it. Okay,
Okay.
all right. With the backing track. I think there's an octave in the right hand of the piano, which is what I think he's playing. Is the click.
Maybe I need to get
Oh,
closer to hear
so
it.
it's every, while you're singing, this is the indicator, I guess. So like.
I couldn't even hear that. Okay, and those are dotted quarters.
Yes. And then I'm also going, right?
Oh, good. Very simple when you're actually playing it.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
So
Can you play along with it?
Would you like me to?
Well, I can hear it actually from there better than I can within
I
the.
I could actually theoretically play the entire thing on the piano if you wanted to.
Why wouldn't you want to? Yeah, I think.
Okay,
I
let's.
just never notated it, and I
I know,
figured-
this is one of the arguments for notating it.
it was under time crunch.
Yeah, okay, let's try it.
Okay,
Okay, I'll just,
so it starts with.
yeah, I'll just get that open for you.
Oh, wait.
I don't know. I'm just going on the fly here. so-
Excellent. Hey, but that was great. Oh, so then it goes back to depths. I see this
Yeah,
sign now.
it just.
Hey, super easy with the piano.
Because I did not have time to notate, and I know I could have pulled it off just by playing it. It's just that, I didn't have time to notate it for the accompanist, so I figured I could make a backing track because that was faster.
Yeah.
And you know, it's impressive that you remember it, can play it, and played it for today.
Yeah.
Reading sets, that's
That
great.
worked great. I mean, and had I had that, I might have, been able to listen to it and figure out what was going on.
Right.
And then, but this is also wasn't loud enough. This is great. Plus, then I could get
What time is it?
the physicality.
Right.
Not yet. You got 1,
Perfect.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
5,
you know, it wasn't
5 to go.
perfect
So
though.
let's wait down to the end.
I still
for you.
think this
Okay.
sounds very
where's the
good,
near
but certainly
track
not
here?
in me at
Should I
this
just
point,
Go
but
down
also
this
hard to get the
hallway.
words.
Okay.
'Cause It's
And
just
you'll
sitting there in
turn a
the
little bit to the
passaggio
left,
area.
the first
Okay.
left.
And
it's
here's
right there.
another
Okay,
weird
good.
in English, one of our weird vowels that's a special to English vowel. Cat, romance, man, camera, woman, TV.
TV?
Right?
Okay.
But romance. This sweet romance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not so good because it's also hard to get an N up
It
there.
sounds like
Romance, yeah, it morphs into something.
I don't know.
I mean, and you can kind of figure it out because you go, oh, it must be rhyming with trance.
Trans.
I guess it must be romance.
Okay,
But-
guys.
But easily intelligible the first time is always perfect.
I can't even see his name.
Becca,
I'm sorry.
Becca Basho. Thank you, guys. He's going to the restroom. We're going to be doing Becca. Rebecca.
Rebecca Baker Basha.
Yes,
And Becca left.
Yep. Becca Basho.
When her time was here, she left. All right. I'm ready whenever. Just start.
Oh, thank you. There, it kind of felt like the first part of it just hung together better. Once we got to 29, bar 29, all of a sudden this is where I thought you could have been barring it differently to make it make more sense with the speech rhythm and accents. So no longer be ill.
Where, what page, what measure?
29.
Okay.
In fact, even at 29, because you could longer be ill and I shall tell, because isn't it no longer be ill? I mean, it's not like you have to be, four square about like where everything is in the bar, but you've got it set up in 4/4, and that makes ill, which is like a big deal word, on an unimportant beat.
On measure 29?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longer be ill. And also B is so anyway, that makes it harder to understand for
The
the ear of
emphasis-
the person.
The
listening.
emphasis.
Emphasis is inaccurate.
It's the level.
And then it goes, and I shall tell of the serenity of this journey.
I heard at one point the word ponder. Did you put emphasis on the dirt? Does that sound a little weird?
I did it what she had written, because it was paradise I ponder.
I mean, that's not, I mean, typically we use it ponder.
Correct.
Ponder.
Right.
That's the whole point.
So, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that some of these places could have been easier to understand by either rebarring them or rebeaming them. Because like here, no longer
Which is there?
be ill,
Yeah,
like the, of
right.
this, so at bar
30.
31,
31.
yeah, 31, if you'd gone of the serenity of this journey.
So mixed meter, basically looking
Yeah,
at mixed meter.
Yeah, so then it would have been 8,
Mhm,
but it would have been 3 + 3 + 2.
mhm.
Of the serenity of this journey, my dream goes, and here I would say like dream, then it's like dream goes, that's a 3/4 bar.
Goes da, da, da.
Wandering, and there's another 3/4 bar,
1, 2, 3,
wandering.
4. And no,
Eyes gazing,
Oh, yeah, you're
eyes
right.
gazing beyond this realm. I go gate ba 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 da bum. So I would,
emphasis in the right place.
yeah. So I mean, if I did, like, if we did, I'm going to do it now, like how I would want to phrase it. So if we start from no longer, okay, no longer be ill, and I shall tell of the serenity of this journey. My dream goes wandering, eyes gazing beyond this realm.
Yep,
So
yep.
there you can understand it better. But when I did it like the 4/4 is
Mhm.
telling me to do, then it becomes unintelligible.
And it becomes very hard to understand the words, just the words.
You expect it to go the other way, like if someone in of a different language was writing in English and then like miss, like for all I know, what I did with the use of Japanese may have been wrong.
Yeah, it may obscure the meaning of the text. That's why it's important to know exactly what the words are that you're studying.
Let's do the next one.
Okay,
Joe Kasenjo. Joe Brune
oh, that's me. Okay.
Kasenjo.
Oh, yeah, this one we can actually, this one I can, it's one.
Joe Kasenjo. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th one to go before we're done. We're all get coming on. More than halfway.
The waves roll over my feet. I'm sinking down in the sand. I hear the sounds that we knew. Unfathomable ocean gone. Here they come again, the memories are flooding back the summers. And why must I regret the choices I could not control, the turning moments leading me to live the life that's ending? The sandy shore beneath our feet, our place to meet beneath the tree. The days we shared I never could forget. The summer when you went away, I said, as you said you couldn't stay. But you had so much on your plate, obsessing while I contemplate. In depths of cold I see my fate.
Simple, simple, simple works every time.
Yeah, it does. I mean, and you know,
Fantastic.
this, and plus, I mean, what's awesome about this is like, I was thinking singer-songwritery,
Yeah,
usable commercial pop feeling.
right.
And that's a plus. And this, so now you had said something about that the haiku were translated,
Yes.
that you're working with translations, but some of these don't feel like they're,
Well, he's adding poetry.
oh, everyone is.
Joe,
Everyone has.
not everybody, but Joe,
That's
in this case,
And you, wait, who did two? Yeah, you did two. Oh, no, wait, someone did two.
there was a number
Yeah, you
of
did.
sort of extrapolate off of
Yeah.
a,
Well, and in fact, the one that we'd done before this, because I went to ask in
Of Joe?
Becca, no, in Becca's, where first it says, I ask thee if I'm worthy, but later it says to join you on a journey. It's nice to get in the same historical period with your grammar. If you're gonna
Oh my gosh, that blew my mind the first time I heard it.
take the old journey, my lady.
No, but the second you started on a journey, I was like.
that's
"Wait,
not,
wait, wait,
that's not in the text, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
like, wait. What
Yeah,
happened
Adventure
is
Journey.
this, and all of a sudden it's on a journey.
Effective.
But yeah, and comfortable to read too. That's always good.
Your piece. Landon Kasenjo. I think this must be a baritone.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Say it again. Soprano
Wait a
again.
minute.
Landon Kasenjo. I've got 3 more left here.
Oh, yeah. Great. Oh, no, here it is. Okay.
She tried, but she couldn't.
So it's Becca Kasenjo, my Kasenjo, and Tim's Kasenjo. Anybody else? I think that's it. Okay. What? We did.
Oh, It's, yeah, I know, the DSC, and then the klezmer, the Japanese klezmer. That is really fun. Or it's kind, or like Shostakovich.
That's a dance of death.
Yeah, they're very fun. Oh, so here is the one that we've been seeing all on, Depths of Cold, Unfathomable Ocean Roar.
Yeah.
Oh,
And this was all Japanese, is that right? Okay.
you know, now that I'm seeing it written out, you did a real no-no. You're setting up.
All right.
Because you went unfathomable. You turned it into a forcible word. The point of haiku is
Leave that.
Right.
So you
Kasenjo.
de-haiku.
I mean, but I mean, wait, the translation is the haiku.
Yeah, that's true.
Depths of cold, that's 3 syllables in the
Yeah.
first half.
And then unfathomable is the second.
That's 5 if you extend it out. Ocean roar is 3.
Yeah. You went unfathomable.
But I mean, it's still, it wouldn't make much of a difference because this isn't even a haiku to begin. So the translation is the haiku to begin.
Becca.
What is it, 3, you said 3, 5?
It's 5.
5, 7.
It's 5, 7, 5.
Yeah. It's
Not
almost
three.
like, it's almost, so did this guy end up with his own rhythmic, I mean, did he have a rhythmic form that he used when he?
Sure.
I don't know.
Yes.
I
Michael
got,
Birch. I don't know.
you'd
Birch.
have to ask.
All right, guys, time to go. Becca Kasenjo.
Okay, so just to note, it looks like my new favorite indication for the performers is at the end of the piece. There's an looks like there's a repeat, and it says, "Do some improv if you are feeling the energy." And let's hope that I'm energetic enough by the
I
time.
was thinking of randomly putting words on mine. It's like potato.
As I sail through depths of cold, chasing whales through ice and snow, I feel my bones are growing old. Round the Pacific I must go. Hoist the sails and press forward. I savvy how to carry on. Press onward, as I shall surely die. My dear old mother wrote to me speaking of unfathomable ache. My darling son came home from sea. My spirit shall surely break. Hoist the sails and press forward. I savvy how to carry on. Press onward, as I shall surely die. The grand ocean roars, the salty waves will roll. As I approach the rocky shores, the devil shall have my soul. Hoist the sails and press forward. Eyes heavy how to carry on. Press onward, as I shall surely die. Hoist the sails and press forward. Eyes heavy how to carry on. Yo ho, press onward, as I shall surely die. And don't call me Shirley. There we are.
Well, you were bringing the energy, man.
All right, there we
That
go.
was great.
Sea shanty.
The one setting, the word devil. Could you find the setting for the word devil?
Also,
Devil.
Well, there's a lot of it. Yeah, that's measure 39. Can we
Guys,
keep it
whoop,
quiet?
whoop.
Quiet, please. Measure 35, the downbeat is, the devil shall have my soul. Right. But I think, from the most egregious section, of course, is at 16. I shall surely die. My dear old mother wrote to me, speaking of, there's a big gap. Can you go quiet, please?
Stephen. Keep going.
So, measure 17. 1, 2. My dear old mother wrote to me, speaking of unfathomable. So there's two things. There's a big break in the middle of the word and
King.
then king comes on the downbeat. And then we've got on 20, we've got able on a single note. So you have to go able or something. So my dear old mother wrote to me, speaking of unfathomable ache. My darling son came home from the sea, and there came home from sea. I think we're missing a word in there. My spirit shall surely break. So the way that, I always do this is to say it over and over. My dear old mother wrote to me. Okay.
Wrote.
Right. My dear old mother. So the beautiful, descriptive words can get some extra emphasis. My dear old mother wrote to me, speaking of unfathomable ache.
Now do it in the rhythm that she said it.
My dear old mother wrote to me, speaking of unfathomable ache.
Okay.
So it,
Okay. Enough said.
we can rebar it, but it'd be
Enough.
better just to set it.
Enough said, enough
Okay,
said.
there we go.
But you got the energy there.
Yeah, right.
Did you see the audience went
I know,
crazy?
I know.
at
It's great. That's great. It's
Stephen,
My favorite part of the piece, actually both of the pieces, was Becca's pieces at least, is that they took, the first, each line of the haiku and completely associated it with something completely different from each other.
Mhm.
Whereas in haiku, it's like focusing on one topic. It's like, for example, like in the last song, it's like unfathomable. Oh, my mother wrote to me talking about unfathomable pain. and then ocean roar. Oh, so I shall sail. It's like
right.
it's completely different. And I think this is really unique.
I think that is just a measure of how different we each approach these texts. That's really great.
right.
One of the big parts of haiku, other than the script, 3 lines, is that it's a
Okay.
juxtaposition of 2
Tim,
Which is what?
Basho.
What's that?
Who's the king?
Speaking of
It's the king.
This, wait, no, what are we doing?
Tim, Guillaume, Basho.
Oh,
This is Kasenjo?
Yeah, because
Okay. Tim King. Tim King.
okay, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
How was it? Would you have any comments?
Okay, okay.
A few?
Measure, okay. Question for the pianist. For the piano part, measure 56. Randomly, do you go to alto clef in the right hand of the piano? Don't. Just don't. I mean, come on. There's 0 point. Why?
I just wanted to make it like without staff.
Oh, don't worry about that. This is way harder to read. Pianists don't read alto clef. They don't read. They read treble clef and bass clef. Don't do
Sorry about
that. In the middle of it, you know. Oh my God.
The violists come running and play that part.
Right. Okay.
Okay, that was a good note.
Okay.
Good note right there.
But of course, you know, the big question is, okay, same issue as Maria had. This is 22 pages. It needs to be 12. You need to shrink this stuff down. When you do it, all composers, when you do shrink your scores down, don't shrink the text down so it's super tiny. Keep that the same size because you want people to be able to read it. The worst thing that drives singers crazy is that if you can't see the words, and then you have to struggle, and then so you're looking at very hard at one little particular piece of the paper, and you're not able to see anything.
I don't know now, so I don't know. Does it not have the setting that when you shrink the size of the stage, it also shrinks the text?
Yes, so that's why you have to do the text bigger.
MuseScore doesn't do that, so that's why.
Well, MuseScore is always better.
And it's free.
All right.
Well, what about, what's it called?
Dor,
Yeah, I've heard of
it's not widely used yet.
Um,
that. So.
Go ahead.
But
Jake?
the other big question is like, okay, there's a large portion of this that is kind of, to me, random sounding piano music. And why does it require that?
Well, I'm just sort of, what I was thinking when I was writing it, it's like sort of someone who's afraid of dying, and it's sort of like their choppy emotions, so
Right.
sort of their strong choppy emotions.
Okay, great, that can work. In the context of hearing it all performed live, did you feel that the proportion was correct?
In time.
Yeah, the proportion of the amount of solo piano music to delivered text.
Yeah, no, I need to shrink that down.
Okay.
The score.
Okay, so you learned something. That's great.
Very good.
That's
Jan, I think, I'd like to hear Jan's comments about the piano part.
The piano part is very difficult, and I think having the variety of triplets you've got, and hardly ever are they on beat one, you've got super triplets over other triplets, and it's like, I think it's unnecessarily difficult. I'm not sure it makes the music better by showing us you can write triplets like that. I don't know that it adds anything.
You know, it's not a matter of you don't know, you do know.
Yeah,
That's, I want to put it in the affirmative.
yeah.
Putting doubt on your opinion is not what we're looking for. We want to know, this is making it harder than it needs to be.
It's much harder than it needs to be, because I think that the effect you're going for, if you're going for the pain and the choppy emotion, that I understand, now that you've said it,
Mhm.
but there's too much, and the rhythms just don't need to be that hard to get the point across.
Right. Then going back to the idea of the angst of it all, of going through this experience, I, as a performer, don't get, apart from imagining like that could be, I don't get anything from that in the words that I'm singing. I have syllables and that's it. If you're singing, if you're writing for a particular audience, say that knows English primarily, and you don't provide any translation, either as a separate document or just, at the top of the page, or kind of as the words are going by. So what singers do is they literally, we do this every time we've got, we have to sing something in a foreign language. We write down not only how we pronounce things ourselves, but we write down the exact literal translation of every word, even if the word order is messed up, so that we know what we're singing. And if we don't have that, I'm singing random syllables and I don't know why.
You need this, you need meaning.
Yeah,
You're talking about meaning.
meaning, yeah,
Things mean something.
yeah.
And as an accompanist, if I'm playing for a really good singer somewhere, they will always give me. a
As you are right
translation.
now.
As I am
As you-
now,
exactly.
absolutely. If I were playing for them at a recital or someplace, they would more likely than not hand me the text also. Because that also, I may not be singing, but
Right.
my hands are singing.
Right, for
And
sure.
if I know what the words are, then it makes a difference to me also.
Right, right. If you were given this and the translation was a tender love song and you're playing this, you'd be, oh, I'd have to play this completely different.
Yes, yes. So I get a lot of translations given to me as well.
Is that new fire?
We're still going. Oh, for goodness sake. All right.
Something else is on fire?
No,
That's just a ringtone on fire.
non-fire. Any more?
No, I think
That's yeah.
Okay, last one is me. Kasenjo Davidson. We could skip this one if you want to. Okay,
I learned it.
already did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How soon is it done?
That's where I was while your piece was on.
Oh, wow. Oh, I see.
Okay.
Sure. We got close. Can we get close?
Okay, so what did you do at the beginning? I'm really curious. Falsetto.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
tell me how you made the decision to do falsetto.
you wrote it on there.
Oh, yeah, okay. Brilliant.
Mhm.
God, this is great.
Yeah.
Who wrote that note?
Mhm.
It was, I was going, oh man, he made some good choices right there.
Yeah, that was good. And then I get another indication on the next line, and then one more on the next line, and then he got sotto voce, which is medium,
Yeah.
kind of softish voice, but that lets me know that I don't need to put it in that particular register. Then it just the texture is still light, but it's still on my regular voice.
Falsetto is head voice.
Yeah.
And what are the different voices besides the head voice?
Well, there's Tom Waits.
Where's that?
Yeah.
Throat?
Well, it's everywhere.
It's but it's the head voice, the chest voice,
Yep.
what are the different voices?
Yeah, well, I mean, basically that, but there's, you can you can carry your chest qualities up into your upper registers, but as Maria was saying about the two different passaggi, you know, as you start to get higher, they're higher in the male voice than they are in the female voice. But you can flip over, you can mix them over so that they can be, and that's kind of what I was doing in there.
Sotto voce?
Like the third phrase where you say falsetto, I really couldn't do falsetto up. Can you give me a? Depths of cold.
Because everybody's voice is slightly different.
Right, it is, and I can't really do a good falsetto there, so I'm doing a mix. Depths of cold.
Got the quality, the color.
Right,
Yeah.
right. The color of the falsetto, but I couldn't really do a good quality falsetto there, so I had to mix them, you know.
So when can you sing falsetto on a male voice?
It really depends, and it depends on how it's set. Ooh. You could hear it just shift there. Ooh, what is that? No. No. There you go.
And what color is that, Tim? Okay, all right.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
Now,
It's
did you get the sense that this was winding down clock? The piano was getting lower and lower and lower and lower. And this feeling, it's the same basically theme, but it just gets slower and lower.
Slower and lower, absolutely.
And that was discernible from your point of view.
Yes,
Right.
yes. I had this practicing this little eight. But
Say again?
The left-handed piano.
I had to put this down here.
Oh, thank you.
It's a rare marking.
Right,
We don't
and I
usually
just
see that.
didn't see it. There was one in another piece. I wasn't sure if eight underneath it.
No, you should tell them.
Oh, so there's a bass clef, right? Like normal. And then the bass of the E on it, right?
Yeah.
But just see right underneath it. And then you play that whole staff of it. And then you don't have to write B, D, A, or B, D, and then the dotted line.
I just didn't see it.
No, I did pick my piece last only because you picked it. I didn't pick it.
No, you're right.
I didn't pick it. That was you. That was you. I said pick one to three, 1 to 2.
Yes, yeah, I was. And I didn't know.
Oh my God.
Okay, kids, we're gonna turn off the Zoom session here.
Thanks.
Yeah, please.
Instrumentalists.
Instrumentalists.
And singers?
These guys
Yeah,
are
well,
singers. There's the musicians and the
You can
singers.
just say music. Yeah, they
Thank
don't
you
like
all so much for coming. It means a lot to us.
You're very welcome.
And we're going to have a bit of an after party. We ordered pizza and we have pop and water. So if you guys want to stay, you can. If you want to leave, that's fine too. But we're all just gonna stay and have a good time. We're going to talk with some people that were online. Yeah.
We've ordered pizza for delivery. You guys can stay or not. I did get some vegetarian. That was. The quality of your comments are now forever recorded, so we will know what you said. But that was. This is what we are going to do.
Tim,
go back
I saw that look.
and watch what
Go to
we
what
talk, what we
Yeah.
listen to today. So we are going to just
Parks is my favorite. Oh my God.
Yeah, I knew you would like that.
everything. Okay, so I want to ask you, hey guys, hold on just a second. I'm just going to ask a pointed question that you're going to want to know the answer to. If you had to pick one that you would like to do again, not today, but perform sometime, what would you like to play, to sing? This is a favorite, playing favorites.
Well, I was thinking that was already, but I mean, the piece that felt to me like it was finished and ready for action, like, to me was Brune.
Was that the first one or the second?
They both played well, both of them did.
Okay.
Because I only had 9 guys. Yeah.
So you guys heard this?
But both of them, Simple is better. You have to say, pick the words out. You can understand the words, and you got the impression of the emotion of it, but they were just like,
There.
right, yeah.
Ready to go.
I mean, they didn't require a lot of manipulation. I always think that there are, like, I think of a piece as having three sides.
You're
And
on this conversation.
Optimally, like isosceles triangles, you've got piece, and you've got the performer and or like how hard is the performance. I mean, it makes a triangle, but you don't want it to be a piece that's super hard, and then you've got to put in huge amounts of effort to make it happen, and then you get this like tiny experience at the end that's like, it'd be nice. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, right. If it's this way, it's like
It
the
will,
piece is good, right, and the performance doesn't kill you, and so you can relax and really give it your all, and then people get a good
And
experience.
Joe Brune was that experience for you?
Yeah.
And you felt the same way?
Yeah, interesting, but
And every
but there's
piece,
something interesting about every piece, but that was.
yeah, that's good.
I like both of you.
Well, thank you. That, you know, you're required, I was the guy who takes it chess, so let's be clear.
But no, it's like, what I do.
But I think for me, one of the anxieties at first was my music, not from him. My music is too simple, and not just, the ones who are on, well, I've written something way too simple, and I'm a little embarrassed, and I thought, Landon's pieces worked really well, and were very direct, simple, and allowed the voice to sing.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't this.
I got a piece of tongue for Landon. Oh, Shostakovich circus one. Oh, yes, yes. Sorry,
The dance
sorry
of
to say
death.
Shostakovich.
The dance of death.
Yes,
That's the-
yes,
the-
yeah,
the-
there's a lot of fun stuff. Oh, you missed that. Oh, dang it.
And Kasenjo died in 76.
But something you were saying at the very end of your description of your triangle people, and I think that that's a third type of triangle, obviously, is you've got yourself and you've got the performers that you're writing for, but you also have to consider the audience. I mean, another way to put the question is, who are you writing this for? If you're writing it for yourself, you're actually making that not interested in the audience. So don't do that, you know, because the performers are just going to be angry. So, you know, they just will, and there'll be a terrible process, and then the audience is just going to go, yeah, I don't want it. So always consider all of these. Most of what we were discussing today is how to write for your performance. I think that's the kind of bulk of it.
Yeah.
But really imagine who needs to hear this, and why am I writing this, and what am I trying to get across to whoever my particular audience is. My job, I consider myself as a conduit. I'm a conduit to whatever piece that I'm working on. I'm looking at who wrote it and for who. And that may be, 100 years ago in the country far away. But what I need to do is learn everything I can about what that word was, so that through me as a conduit, I can deliver to the best of my abilities what that meant to them and what this means to our audience today, like whoever's up there. That's my job. And if the only way that that's satisfying to me is that piece that existed back then is worthy enough to be heard and heard by new ears in the era.
And they digest it.
I think that's true for every performance is exactly what you said. But, later on that is that you're a music director, oftentimes with the effort of production. And so there is a palpable, palpable feel you're looking for. You're looking for that drama, whatever the beat is being expressed. So I hear that later on top of your experience in children.
Well, yeah, but it's a story. I mean, everything's a story, right? That was created back then. Somebody was saying something to somebody else, just some sort of story, and that aspect of it is not thought of throughout. And we're told as performers, even if you're like art song or whatever, every time you step on the stage, it's a stage. You're telling us you're an actor. You immediately become an actor. Inhabiting that character, telling their story.
I think you mentioned the Kravitz, who you probably won't know. You guys heard of the name Kravitz? But how would I introduce the Kravitz?
he's been in the Twin Cities for, I think I've been working for first for
40 years.
4 years, not 40, but he came as, when Minnesota decided they had this new music arm. They found maybe how much their program that they want to do music. They brought him in, and he worked with a guy named Wesley Ball. He's worked at, it's kind of an online card for but their whole thing was how to get singer actors to really project what
Not opera singers, but singer
actors, who, many were trained in this very were trained specialists in sound. And some people even had voice teachers who said, if you're nervous, just stand and look at the clock in the back of the hall, then people will help you. But the idea was how do you actually project to the human beings who want to understand what you're trying to say, and that involved like your physicality and the sound of your voice and your face and how you projected that. So Ben was a guy who kind of an acolyte of that system of musical theater training. And then he started this new music theater ensemble called Mediterranean, something called Novelist. So he has developed, he's developed a lot of composers and librettists. He uses composer librettist workshops, which are interesting because, I mean, you're writing music, but also monkeying around with text. And, in theory, if you're writing a musical, you might be the composer and have another person who's writing maybe the book of the musical, like the whole story, and then get another person writing the lyrics. So all those things are special and differentiated skills. So he works with that, and he's staged some, other kind of legacy musicals, into Woods, things like that. It also has.
And what I would add to this is that it's still going and it's still going.
Yeah.
And a lot of the experiences I've gone through the workshops, the people making the same mistakes that I was making. Blindness to what was going on. That's the thing.
But it's not like everything has to be the same. It's not like people want to just like file it down so all music sounds alike. But the point is like, how can you get across with like the mood and the plot points that are in the text and do it in a way that doesn't hurt the people who are reading it. I mean, you don't ever want the audience to get so uncomfortable they think someone's going to die as they sing it, or they like see the furrow brow because the pianist is going, oh God, I can't know these triples. You want it to be easy and flow, and that's when when the song does that, where it doesn't, where you can just absorb the song without feeling angst for any aspect of it. So that so you've got like the piece, the performance, and the audience that they should each have a bunch of workshops.
So what I heard was going to add to this, the Ben Carlos anybody that does not take a work with singers, what I would suggest to you is this is a great experience to gain from, to learn from this experience. You're the candidates for the next generation of people who are going to go with that product and models. If you're interested, if you found something here, this is a remarkable resource that's available to other composers, especially this singer. And you can go and have lunch or coffee or whatever with the band and have a chance to start seeing yourself as a person who has agency, writing the work. And that's, I think, what I've heard from all of those here is some successful things that have happened. And there were some sparks of enlightenment about what you could do better to make more of that.
Would you say like you were a freshman or what?
16, 14, 17.
16. I thought that was freshman in college. I thought that you were like at least had 4 years on yourselves. So what you're doing at this age is really remarkable. It's really so it learned.
So Janet said, I didn't know all of the composers were so young. Sure, I can do that.
And are you all pianists?
That's good. That's
And other instruments?
You do.
I do my harmonic at it, and I play so like house. And other parts that.
Also take up singing. If you sing your own stuff, you'll learn, even if it's just for your own self, just learn how to sing your own stuff, and then it comes out of your mouth and you hear it, because it's going to teach you a lot. But the more that you can sing for yourself is so great.
I want to hear some more about experience. Does anyone else play music in their house? Ooh. How old was it when you started? Playing, just playing. You don't remember that? No. How about you?
Well, I started lessons in first grade, and I've been playing just either the piano or the keyboard. Oh, no. Yeah, I have a piano, but no.
You were
You
in
went to
school,
school.
well, Lutheran high school or junior high school.
Oh, I see.
Then that's one of the things you're doing now is service music in exchange for scholarship. So, and what about you, Wendy, I remember you this tall.
Yes, I had quite a bit.
No, this is young.
No. Even that's like, what, it was like 3 years ago we first met? Yeah, I was really short. But so I started playing when I was 4-ish, and I mean, apparently from my parents told me that before that I was like apparently I was like thinking out Beethoven's Ninth on the xylophone.
Does anybody else play music in your house?
Play music. My dad played saxophone in band in high school. He basically teamed nothing. My mom went to a little bit of music school, had like a tiny bit of piano knowledge, and my sister's currently taking the course. So,
But they played, obviously someone was playing Beethoven's Ninth in your house.
oh, they're playing also like educational tapes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. And you're agreeing that was happening at your house too? Educational tapes? No.
I mean, there's like some music, I mean, not personal things, but playing recordings of things that you've heard.
Oh, that didn't come from me until very recently.
And speaking of a place to find minimal lessons, more composing, that's one place where, I mean, it goes in waves, but currently there are probably people that have just very spare sort of pads. And those are the people making shitloads of money. I remember the days, yeah, we spent, I say now, but there was another end that Thomas from New York, and they garnered some, oh yeah, Mr. Holno. So if you think there's a person who's called Mr. Holno, who was super rich.
So one of the things I'm interested in having you review here, these three, is that they very seldom you hear from musicians on stage what their background is, what do it. I think oftentimes you hear the adults talking to younger, but you don't know anything about these guys. I think that their stories are as complicated. So this is, the reason we're standing in circles is not like we are together. There will be pizza. Devanis is on the way. We're making it right now.
Come somewhere.
So you guys can stick, or you can make dinner. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, we talked about that.
I think that's